Hello, guys. So October, also known as Speak October, is dedicated to breast cancer awareness all over the world. And here in Ghana, Dr. Na of Nova Wellness Center has also sort of discovered that there is some sort of relation between breast cancer and the spine. And so this year, what she did was to partner with SynLab to do free screening for women to check whether they have breast cancer, because like they say, early detection is key to treatment. So I have here with me Dr. Na, and I want to find out why she decided to include breast cancer awareness in her program this year. Dr. Na Kwawa.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Ameyaw. So this year, unfortunately, at Nova Wellness Center, we lost two of our patients. They came in to see us because they had back pain. And so we were treating the back pain, but we realized that there was absolutely no improvement over weeks of treatment, which is quite strange. So upon further investigation, unfortunately, they were diagnosed of breast cancer, which had spread to the spine. So unfortunately, they had no idea that that's what was going on because they hadn't been screened, they hadn't done recent mammograms, and so it was missed. And unfortunately, when they came to Nova Wellness Center, it was too late.
But so is this a regular thing?
It happens. It happens. So per the research I've read, about 70% of the time when you have breast cancer, 70% it spreads to the bones. So when I say the bones, we're talking about the ribs, the spine, and even the pelvis. So 70% of the time it can spread to those areas because, the cancer can go from the breast area through your lymph. The lymph is a fluid that filters. And then once it gets into your lymph nodes, it can move anywhere because the lymph is constantly flowing. So it can be in your spine from the neck area all the way down to the lower back. The cancer can spread through your spine. And also it can spread through your arms. So the longer bones, your arms and the legs can also get the cancer.
So I guess for the women, it's more important that you do the screening. How often?
So every month. You shouldn't wait till October, actually. So every month you should do the personal screening, looking, observing, feeling for any abnormalities. It's not even about looking for a lump per se. If you are doing these monthly screenings, as soon as something it's not normal, you are more likely to pick it up. And we usually are looking out for lumps, but not everybody has a lump inside the breast. Sometimes it could be in the underarm area. Sometimes it could be an inverted nipple, or you could have some discharge. It could be bloody, it could be clear coming out from the nipple. So if you are doing these screenings monthly, then there's a strong likelihood that you would see or observe anything that it's not usual. And then also, if you are below 40, you can have an ultrasound of the breast done to see again if there's any abnormality. If you are above 40 years, then a mammogram is what is recommended. So I'm going to do my first mammogram this year because I just turned 40 recently. So I'm making sure that I get that done. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, a lot of women do not go ahead and do these mammograms. And that's why we lost those two patients earlier on this year.
Talking about why they're not doing it, could it be the case of it being expensive?
So that could be. And then also, I think awareness. People just may not be aware. And then also, as a people, we just don't like to do anything preventative. We realize we usually want to wait till the dying minute before we take action. They want to realize that there's pain, or people feel they are immune. They don't think it's important. They don't think it's serious. So that's why every year in October, a lot of people, a lot of clinics, hospitals, healthcare centers go the extra mile to make sure that one more woman or anybody, men can also be screened, goes ahead and checks for these abnormalities in the breast.
So in that case, how important is such a partnership between you and Synlab with what you did?
It was great. It was my first time, and I guess I became more passionate when those two patients of ours passed away earlier on this year. We've all lost somebody close to breast cancer, a very, very close. I'll call her sister. Died of breast cancer at a very, very young age, but I had never really done something. So when this happened earlier on this year, I thought definitely we need to create more awareness. We at the clinic need to also see how we can encourage our patients who otherwise may not check if there's anything like that going on to go ahead and do so. So it was great. We were able to refer some people to go to Synlab to do their ultrasound scans, and then we referred other people who are 40 and above to go to other health centers to get their mammograms done. So I'm very happy we got a lot of people from the community coming in to get their breast screened.
Fantastic. Let's talk about something that is more you. Something that's brought people like myself to come and see you. Pain.
Right.
What is pain?
Pain is a sign. I always tell people, in as much as we are in a hurry to do away with pain, pain in itself, it's not bad. Because without pain, you wouldn't know there's something wrong. If you never felt back pain, you wouldn't have come to Nova at all. So you wouldn't have sought help. So pain in itself is not bad. It's a sign that something is not working very well in your body. And it's almost like it's telling you, okay, you need to pay attention to this. So once you feel that pain, you feel that discomfort, that's your body communicating to you that, hey, you need to take a look. It may be in your arm, it could be anywhere. And there are different types of pain. There are different sources of pain. And the problem is, especially in Ghana, we treat almost all types of pain the same way. But you need to get to the bottom of what is causing the pain, and then you can treat it.
So what other types of pain that we have?
So we have acute pain. That is pain that just started. It could be within a day, within a week or two. It could be from an accident, a fall. Even stress can cause acute pain. We also have chronic pain. Chronic pain usually has been there about a month or even longer. Chronic pain could be there for years. So people who have had chronic diseases like cancer, like diabetes, even hypertension, all those can sometimes cause chronic pain. So you need to know how to deal with acute pain vis-a-vis chronic pain, and then treat them accordingly.
It's one thing knowing, and because I realize, for using myself for instance, all the time that I was having these pains and coming to see you, I never even took any medication. It was more outside.
Structural, right.
What's the difference between the pain that will require you to kind of take medication and the ones that would need work on the structure?
Great question. So again, that's why you need to be fully evaluated when you have pain, because sometimes you may be having what we call visceral somatic pain. So meaning there's an organ which is not functioning properly and then causing you body pain. So if you just deal with the pain in that sense and you don't take care of that organ which is causing the pain or where the root of the pain is, then you realize you're just going in a vicious cycle. So you take some painkiller and then you give it 2-3 days, pain is back. And you keep taking it and masking the pain and not really treating it. Whereas you should seek medical attention, do scans, do lab tests, and then realize where the problem is coming from or the root cause of the problem. Treat that. And once you treat that, more often than not, the pain will not go away and you may not need a painkiller. But a lot of the times we skip that whole evaluation and medical check and just mask the pain, and that's where the problems
Right. Talking about doing tests and all of that, what are some of the signs or symptoms of bone metastatic cancer?
So if your cancer has spread to the bone, and not just breast cancer, unfortunately, I've also had in men who've had prostate cancer that has spread to the spine as well. So, few things. Pain, again, is one of the most common things. Breast cancer itself, if there's a lump, for instance, may or may not give you pain inside the breast. That's one thing. The lumps from breast cancer are usually painless. However, if it spreads to your spine or your ribs, that is when the pain usually comes in. So you may have severe neck to lower back pain, and that pain is different. It's not the type of pain you have. I haven't experienced it, but when the patients talk about it, it's the pain that keeps you up at night. It's the pain that does not go away. You can find the right position to sit, to sleep. Unrelenting pain. It doesn't go away with painkillers, So when you're having that type of pain, you need to seek attention, because on a normal day, you may feel a little discomfort here and there. It should last 3 to 4 days, maximum a week if you're a healthy adult. But if it's not going away, it's getting worse, you have never experienced this type of pain before, that is when you need to check. Sometimes you may realize that you do a scan and strangely there's a bone fracture. You haven't fallen. You haven't gotten any accident. So why is the bone broken? That may be the cancer literally eating up the bone and making it so weak that it just breaks. So that's also another sign. With the patients at the clinic, we realized they had something we call compression fractures. So in the spine. So if I pick up my body here, so these are the vertebrae of the spine. We realized that just around where the breast would be, those vertebral bodies had shrunk in size, pretty much. So instead of being square, we realized that the shapes had changed. So when I interviewed them and I said, have you had any accident or fall? They said no. But looking at the shape, the size of the vertebrae at that point, I knew that if they hadn't had any trauma, then something was very wrong. So that's also a very common sign. And then also things like change in posture, severe change in posture. You're straight, then all of a sudden, the spine is bent in a very strange way. Things like incontinence, urinary or bowel incontinence, all of a sudden you have incontinence. That could be from spinal compression, not allowing the nerves to go to those organs properly, and so they don't function well. So these are a few signs that you can find. Numbness and tingling, all these things can also come up.
And looking at how sensitive and important the spine is, when this cancer spreads to the spine, how long does the person have to live?
It could be months, literally, 2 years. I've known people who have had metastasis and they're still around. It's been 2, 3, 5 years. And I've also come across people and within 2 months, they're gone. Unfortunately, with the experience we had this year, they were both gone in about 2 months after we found out that what they had was actually bone cancer that had spread to their bone. Within 2 months, they were gone. So unfortunately, if it gets to that point, you are probably stage 3, stage 4 of the cancer. So it's no longer early days, and it's advanced once it gets to the bone.
So talking about pain and dealing with it, what kind of treatments do you have at Novel Wellness Center for pain?
So at Novel Wellness Center, we use all natural treatments for pain. We don't treat cancer at all. We don't do any chemo or anything like that. But like I said, we had people who came in for back pain. And unfortunately, we realized that it was cancer that had spread. But we do very thorough evaluations to get to the bottom of the pain. And then once we do, so long as it's musculoskeletal pain. So that's joint pain, pain from wear and tear, pain from arthritis or injuries, accidents, falls, or repetitive action, like somebody who lifts in a manufacturing plant, for instance. Yes. So those ones commonly what we deal with, or sometimes neuropathic pain from diabetes and things like that. So we use all natural treatments. We do chiropractic treatments. We also do what we call non-surgical spinal decompression, where we use state-of-the-art equipment to cool very, very gently the spinal joints open slightly so that we free the nerves, and then the nerves are able to flow through the rest of the body properly. We also do what we call regenerative medicine. And with that one, we use your body's platelets to help heal or to help your tissues regenerate. We also have a spa where we do massage therapy and facials. So at Nova Wellness Center, our goal is to help your body to heal naturally. We also want to make sure that your body is functioning to your best ability. So what I mean is, how well can you play with your kids? How well can you work? How long can you sit behind your computer for? Our goal is that you are performing all these tasks as best as you can. So that's what we do at Nova Wellness Center.
Fantastic. So where can we find Nova Wellness Center?
So Nova Wellness Center is in Jowulu and Kumasi. In Jowulu, we're close to Portions Restaurant, or not too far from Alfred Academy School. And then in Kumasi, we are in Atasumanso, near the Prime Medical Center. So these are our two locations currently. We just moved to Jowulu in about 2 months ago or so. So yeah.
And I have been there, so have to come together.
Yes. So we're no longer in Osu. We were there for about 4 years. And we love our new space, and we hope that anybody who's having neck, back, joint pain, or any numbness, tingling, you come visit us. We'll do a thorough evaluation. And as we speak about evaluations, I do need to say that these days, there are a lot of people purporting to be spine specialists. It's very important that you go to a well-accredited spine specialist to get treatment.
Fantastic. Yes, the spine is a very vital organ, if I can say that, and you have to take good care of it. And when things are not going right, make sure you go to somebody who is qualified to fix it. And I can, using myself as an example, I can recommend Nova Wellness Center to you because I have been there and I've gotten a lot of relief every time I've been there. So yes, we can follow them across social media. And the good doctor sometimes also create content that answers some of the questions that you may have. So if we didn't treat something specific you needed to hear today across the social media platforms, you can always get information. And she's a superstar. She's on TV, radio all the time. So make sure you follow up and get the relief that you need. Catch you same time next time. Bye-bye.